Ninevicous is releasing his new album Emotions on Friday, and I'm gonna go through step by step on how to make Ninevicous type beats.
Wait, that's Midas.
Alright guys, so the first things first, we're gonna find a sample to use for this beat, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of my samples from my Soul Cuts pack. And if you want to use this loop along with 12 more to go with it, then click the link in the description. Alright, I'm just gonna go through a few samples here. That sounds nice. I think for a Ninevicous type beat, we're gonna want something with a little more energy. I think I like this sample. I think I'm gonna use this one for the beat. Alright, so I got the sample inside FL Studio, and I'm just gonna play this real quick one more time. Alright, I see some potential with this sample. I'm just gonna cut it up real quick, rearrange it a little bit, and then move on to the drums. What I'm also gonna do is add some EQ just to take out the low end to make room for the kick and bass that we're gonna add later into the song. So just add a low cut, I would say, for a sample around 150 hertz. That should be good enough for clearing out the low end of the sample. Yeah, it's already sounding better. I think we can move on to the drums now. Okay, so to make Ninevicous type drums, you're going to want to drag in some sounds off my free drum kit, which has over 140 sounds in it. It has claps, hi-hats, kicks, open hats, and many more. So I'm just going to go through some of the sounds over here and then drag them into the channel rack. Alright, so first off, for the hi-hat, you're just going to put down a two-step pattern, and to do that, you could just go over here, right-click the envelope of where the hi-hat is, then press 2 on your keyboard, and then it should be laid out just like that. Oh wait, this is the clap. Hold on. Alright, let's switch over to the hi-hat and then do the same thing. Okay, so right click, press 2, and then I would also just right click the top here, drag, and then do Control B so it goes all across the 4 bars over here. And then I'll just also delete some of the hi-hats just to create space, because when Amin makes his drums, he likes to delete some of the hi-hats at the end of each bar. So your hi-hats should be sounding like this at the end of it. Add this I box like at the end of each bar, because I don't know, it just sounds nice. And then for the clap, I'll just put them every 3 beats, just like, you know, a normal trap beat. But I'm gonna just delete the second and the but I'm just gonna delete the second and the 4th clap just to leave this beat more open, because on a lot of Ninevicous beats, these beats are very open and simple. And I'm gonna go down to the snare drum and just throw in some extra snare drums just to, you know, spice up the beat a little bit. You don't have to really think about it too hard, just place it where it sounds good. Alright, now I'm just gonna add this I vocal at the end of each bar just like this. This is how I did the kick drum. I won't do so much with it, as 9 beats are pretty simple drum wise. I would go also to the drum pattern, copy and paste it over to the open hat, just to add some more punch to the kicks when it's playing. And yeah, this is how the drum should sound at the end of it. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the 808, and one quick trick for the 808 to make sure it doesn't overlap each other when it's playing. I'll go to the envelope, click this second button over here with these 3 dots, go to the attack, turn it all the way down, go to the hold, turn it all the way up, and then turn everything down so it plays as soon as you let go of the keys and as soon as you press down the keys. Alright, and for the 808, I'm going to try to follow the kick pattern, so I'm just going to copy and paste it again over here. And I'm going to do Control L just to make sure that all the notes connect to each other. And I'm going to put it in scale with the key of the song. Alright, that sounded alright, but it's pretty boring, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to it. Alright, so I just added a little bit of octave changes and a slide note over here. And to get this slide note, all you're gonna have to do is just go over to this triangle thing, click it so it's highlighted in that box like that. Go to a note, and then just put it above or below the note, and then it will slide to that note like this. Or if you put it down, it will slide downward like this. Alright, and with the new 808, this is how the beat sounds right now. I'm just gonna put the pattern into the actual playlist now, and then we're gonna see how it sounds with the sample. And I'm also just gonna switch up the pitch of both the sample and the 808 so it's in key together. So I'm just gonna add a sound shifter, and I'm just gonna play around with the pitch just to see what sounds good. Alright, so I just changed the pitch of the sample, and also I changed up the 808 a little bit, and this is how the beat's sounding right now. Alright, the beat sound a little bit flat right now, so I'm just gonna add my underground distortion template from my drum kit in here, and it should just make the beat sound a lot more full. This is how it sounds with the template on. Alright, so we already got done with the drums, and now we're just gonna move on to step 3, which is mixing and arranging the beat entirely. And first things first, we're just gonna go over here to where you did all the drums in the pattern. Right click here, and then press split by channel, and then go over here, click the very top block over here, shift click down here, and then drag everything in. It just highlights all the instruments in together so you can drag them in there. This just highlights all of the instruments all together so you can drag everything into the playlist. And then what you can also do is highlight everything and then press Ctrl B like that, so you could just copy everything over to the whole entire sample. Alright, so for arranging the beat, I would just add a little bit of space in the beginning like this, just to... Alright, so for arranging, I'll just add a little bit of space in the beginning just to let the sample play out. And then let the drums come in halfway in without the 808. And then for the rest of the sample, I'll just do random things like cut out the 808 maybe, cut out the kick, you know, you could even cut out the hi-hat in the beginning, you know, just try to mix it up as much as you can. Just don't go overboard with the arrangement though. And altogether, this is how the beat sounds right now.
Wait, this minus.
Alright, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video, and if you want to see more like this, hit the like and subscribe button. And one quick announcement, I will be dropping my next drum kit soon. It's gonna have over 200 sounds in it, along with mixing and mastering presets, one shots, and many more. So if you want to be notified when this drops, please be sure to join my email list, which is down in the description below. Alright, but that's the end of the video. Peace.